That's an interesting chapter. In this chapter, we look at the anatomy of an event-sourced application. What are the building blocks when you start to think about the implementation? Until now, we talked a lot about planning a system, sketching a system using event modeling. Now we jump over and go into the implementation. And now we need to understand what are the real building blocks, how to build such an event-sourced system. And it turns out it's not that much. What we need is we need a command, and for handling the command, we need the command handler. So it all starts with a command. A command allows us to trigger an action in the system. What we then need is we need the command handler. The command handler takes care of handling the command and does everything necessary to execute the command in the system. The result of a successful command execution is typically our persisted events. In many systems, between the command handler and the persisted events is still the aggregate, which takes care of the validation and ensures that events can truly be persisted. Here are the business rules that apply. Now, this is the right side of our system. On the other side, we do not only write in the system, we also read. So for this, we have projections. Projections take the events in the system and just apply them one after the other to build different views of the system. We can have several projections for different views. HTML, PDF, CSV, whatever you want. That is one of the big benefits of event-sourced systems. You can build arbitrary projections for different use cases, tailor-made models for exactly these use cases, which is much better than having these generic models that need to fulfill everything. Now, some of these projections will use databases. That is a so-called database projection. The data is persisted in a database for easier lookup. Typically what you have on the projection side is something like a projector which takes the events and applies them to a relational database table. The projector knows how to take the data from the events and insert them into the projection table. On the other side, whenever we try to read a projection, it's basically a select from the projection table to retrieve the already persisted data. So reading the data is nothing but accessing the projection table and selecting the data necessary. Do not underestimate the power of these small tailor-made models for each use case. These small models are typically much more maintainable than these big models that need to fulfill all the requirements of all the different use cases. What event sourcing offers here is a lot of flexibility to decouple the different parts of our system.